Welcome back to Wave Docker. Got another series recap slash Blabfest. I'm gonna call. I think I called him Blabfest last episode just because it's really just me talking about talking points for the next like 10 minutes about the series as opposed to recapping each game. I'm gonna try to recap a little bit of each game, but Orioles just took 2 out of 4 against the Cleveland Guardians. Going into the series, I wanted to get 2 or 3 out of it, and after losing the first 2 games, I was like, shit, are we gonna lose 3 out of 4 or get swept by the Guardians? But we actually pulled through in the last 2 games. Had some really, really, really impressive showings over those last 2 games, and yeah, I mean, we took a split with the best team in baseball record wise, and we're still tied atop the AL East. So I'd say this is a really successful 4 game set against the best team in baseball. I got half, I guess, of what I wanted. Like I said, I wanted to get 2 or 3 out of 4. We got 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 4. So yeah, I mean, I'll just go game by game and just kind of talk about it. But game 1 lost 10-3. Yeah, it was just kind of ugly. Trevor Rogers did not have a good showing in his first start. Walked a lot of batters, allowed 5 earned runs. Only struck out 3, gave up a home run. That home run was to shit. It was oh yeah, David Fry. That's right. I remember that. I went to the other room to make my dinner, and then he homered, and I walked back in. I was like, oh shit. Well, but I'm not gonna throw him out, to the trash just yet. First start with a new team, coming over from the worst team in base or the worst team in the National League, and he struggles. Like I'm not gonna give him crap for that, but yeah, just not a very good showing from the offense at all. Like Hauser continued his hit streak, which he's continued, through all 4 games. I think it's up to 17 games now. Gunnar had 2 hits. Gunner's been having a fantastic go of it over the last few games. I think he's up to like 290 at this point, I want to say. I think he had like 7 or 8 hits in this series. But yeah, Gunnar hit really well. Holiday's seeing plate appearances. He's had, I think, after yesterday's game, he's had 3 straight multi-hit games. Like, he's been doing great. But these first 2 games, I really don't want to linger on these too long. They just weren't very good by any metric, really. Game 2, Colton Cowser, another leadoff hit, or another hit for him, continuing his hit streak. Gunnar did go 0-for-4. That's unfortunate. Jackson Holliday started his multi-hit streak with 2 hits, RBI walk. Dino did not have the best start, 4 earned runs, 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. I mean, he did go 5 innings, which I guess is something to kind of linger on with that. But yeah, just these first 2 games are just ugly. Like, not a lot to be happy about here. After those first 2 games, I was very just like, I hate playing this Guardians team. Like, they defend really well, they hit really well, their bullpen is really good. Their starting pitching leaves a lot to be desired. But that kind of goes out the window once you get to their bullpen, because their bullpen's, one of the best in baseball. I think it actually is the best in baseball, So these first 2 games, we just didn't really do a good job of pitching to them and, kind of getting schooled by their, unknown starting pitching. But let's get to game 3. Game 3 and 4 were a lot better. Game 3 we won 7-4. Zach Eflin had another fantastic start for the Orioles. I watched the final 7 innings of this game. I didn't watch the first 2 because I was watching a movie. But Zach Eflin, 6 1/3, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, allowed 1 homer. Yeah, I mean, he just looked fantastic. His pitch mix was fantastic. He had his 2-seamer moving. That strikeout against Steven Kwan, I think in the 5th, that's when I was like, yeah, we got this game. Like, we got something. And then Gunnar, late in the game, had a double. He went 3-for-5 in this game. Jackson Holliday went 2-for-4. Eloy Jimenez 2-for-3. Adley had a pitch-in triple that the outfielder misplayed, and then he walked in his next at-bat. This game feels like the kind of catalyst turnaround game, which I thought was going to be that Game 3 win against San Diego. But, blah, 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 not really. We had a good series against Toronto. But this game feels like, what was this? This was Saturday's game. Saturday's game feels like the turnaround. Once Gunnar hit that double, that was kind of like a bloop single, but the outfielder got a bad, route to it, and Gunnar was able to stretch it to a double, and he got super hyped at second. He was like, let's fucking go, come on. That's when I feel like you can kind of see a turnaround happening in terms of the attitude. Like the Orioles had 15 hits today, and that wasn't like the 15th hit. Like, that was kind of, I think that was like the 8th or 9th hit. But I mean, top to bottom, the lineup was hitting. Tony had 2 hits. Eloy Jimenez 2 hits. Ryan O'Hearn pitch hit. Colton Kaiser was hitting. Like I said, Jackson Holliday was hitting. Like, this game feels like a good turnaround. Like, you get a dominant offensive performance. Your starting pitcher has a great game, and the face of your team has a very energetic double, and also Austin Slater 2 for 3 with a leadoff double. Like, I think I tweeted on my account, like I said, like, this game feels like one of the better wins of the season. Deadline acquisitions play well. Eloy Jimenez, Austin Slater, Zach Eflin all have great games. Face your team 3 for 5, hype double. Adley's getting back into it. Some pitch hitting decisions by Brandon Hyde paid off. Getting RBIs. Like, this game feels like a real turnaround game. I mean, I feel like I always say that. Like, there's always gonna be like 50 turnaround games in a season. Not that many, but there's not just one turnaround game. Like, you have a rough go of it for a few days. Yeah. You have a rough go of it for 2 days, and you're like, all right, well, this game's huge. This game could be a turnaround game, and then it becomes a turnaround game. But this game feels like a turnaround game. Going into an interesting stretch where you're playing. You're finishing off a series with Cleveland, and then you have Toronto, and then you have Tampa, all while the Yankees are right up there with you. But this game feels like it's something. Yennier Cano had his first save of the year. I don't know, his 5th save of the year? Yeah, his 5th save. I don't know why I said first. But to see him in the 9th as opposed to Craig Kimbrell, like, it just kind of feels like a shift in mentality, both offensively and in terms of pitching decisions. So, yeah, I was really happy with this win. Nationally broadcast game on Fox. Orioles don't really tend to do well in nationally televised games, at least last season. And I just kind of have PTSD from the playoffs last year. But, yeah, this is just a great win top to bottom. And I was just really happy with this game. And then Sunday, we also win. I think the score was 9-5. I mean, yeah, this game is another very promising game. Corbin Burns, our ace, 11-4 going into the game. Best ERA in baseball, 2.48. Going in, it's all right. We can almost guarantee this win, or guarantee a good game. And then he goes out and, I don't want to say lays an egg, but he has his worst start of the year, allowing 5 earned runs. After that Josh Naylor 3-run home run, I was in the car and I was like, fuck, that's terrible. And then he gets pulled, and then the bullpen goes shut out the rest of the game, and then our offense pulls their shit back together, and it gets serious. Like, we were up 6-2, and then we were up 6-5, and then we score 3 unanswered runs, and the bullpen shuts him out. 15 hits again. Cows are 2 for 4. Santander 1 for 4. Henderson 3 for 4. O'Hearn 1 for 3. Mountie 1 for 2. Adley 2 for 4. Eloy Jimenez 3 for 5. Jackson Holliday 2 for 4 with a home run. Gunnar homered for the first time since July 4th. He's up to 293. Like, Gunnar, oh man, he's just become such a fantastic hitter. And like, while his defense has left a lot to be desired over the last few weeks, his hitting has just, he's added another layer to it. Like, he's kind of, it almost feels like he's abandoned that huge, home run swing. Like, he's had a lot less deep drives since the home run derby, and you can blame the derby screwing up your swing, but it feels like he's just kind of going more for strong contact to get on base. Like, he's being on base. This home run was his first home run since July 14th, and we were kind of like, oh no, did the derby screw up his swing? And then he hits a home run, Holly hits a home run, and he's just hitting. Like I said, back up to 293. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing from Adley recently. He's taking a lot better at bats. He's up to 265. He was down to as low as, I think, 260. I really would like him to get up to like 290 before the year end. Like, he's such a capable hitter. And I think he's capable of that if he keeps putting together the at bats that he's been doing. I think that's possible. Eloy Jimenez had another great game. Yeah, this was just a really great game. These last 2 games really put me in high spirits for the rest of the year. Just kind of seeing a shift in offensive philosophy, I feel like. I don't know if that's like nerdy to say, but I just feel like the team's taking better at bats. And albeit, the umps were not very good this weekend. They kind of favored the Guardians a lot in a lot of the calls. Like, Jackson Holliday got rung up on a few really bad pitches. That O'Hearn full count when bases were loaded. There was a terrible. No, it was 3-1. No, it was 3-2. Terrible, outside call, not even close to the plate, and it gets rung up on that. That was really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I was just really, really happy with this game. I'm happy to see Adley hitting, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Yeah, I'm in really high spirits after this series. I went into it kind of, hoping for, I had like an at least mentality. It's like, all right, let's at least get two, at least get three. Like I didn't want to expect too much because this is a good baseball team. And then we get kind of punched in the mouth these first two games. And then we come out swinging in the last two and have some really strong offensive performances with, the bullpen looking great, Eflin having a great start, Burnsy, having a rough start, but I mean, I think that will put him in a position to kind of improve upon that and have a great rest of the year after this. Like I feel like he's that kind of pitcher where he's like, all right, I'm not letting that happen to me again. And that whole outcome could have been avoided if Mayo potentially did not barehand that grounder. Like and obviously that's total hypothetical, but I don't know. This game put me in high spirits, and I'm just really happy with what I saw over these last two games. But yeah, I mean, we take on Toronto for 3 games, and then we're in Tampa, and then we're back home playing Washington. So these next 3 series, we can get the 70 wins. Hopefully, we can pull ahead the Yankees, and then we're back home. But yeah, I think this is a really good series, all things considered. I think like Holiday's slashing like 390 with like 1,000 OPS since he's come back. Gunner's hitting again, Adley's hitting again. Yeah, just really good things from this series, and I'm really happy with what I saw. But yeah, that's all I got for the series Blabfest, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and as always, go O's. Off day today, take on Toronto. Midweek, we got Grayson, Dean, and Trevor Rogers, so I feel good. I think Dean and Trevor are going to bounce back. Grayson's going to get up to 14 wins. Yeah, let's sweep these Jays and go Orioles. Peace out.